Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. You guys, week 14 of the United Championship League. Your St. Louis Rampardos taking on the Philadelphia Feraligatrs and PK Sparks Dat hotness. If you guys want to check out the pregame press conference, check it out on the annotation of the screen or in the description below. And if you're enjoying this season so far, we are 12 wins, 1 loss. Turn up on that like button. Let's see if we can hit 1,500 likes as we close out the UCL season. We're pretty much clinched for playoffs, so we're doing pretty darn good in first place. Hopefully we'll be able to continue that momentum here against PK. He's got a pretty good team, and you could hear my breakdown in the press conference. Also, I just want to extend my thank you guys for the St. Louis Rampardos t-shirt support. We sold over 109. We had 199 shirts sold, almost 200. And the shirts will be back on sale, but they won't be limited edition anymore. I'll keep you guys posted. They're gonna have a little bit of a change, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. And last but not least, I suppose, our question of the day: if you could create one held item for competitive Pokemon, what would it be and what would it do? So let me know. Me and Joey were actually talking earlier about in one of the Cage Lock episodes about like a mold breaker type item. So it gives you the ability mold breaker, kind of like what Excadrill would have, but as a held item for a Pokemon. I thought that was a really unique idea. So I'm curious what other unique ideas you guys might have. So feel free to throw them in the comment section below, and that'd be pretty sweet. But otherwise, I'm gonna get this match here and connect with PK, and we'll see how things go. He's got a pretty intimidating team, and hopefully the Rampardos are gonna be able to come out on top again here, like we've been doing. So I'm gonna cut and I'll be back shortly. Alright guys, so here we are connected against PK Sparks, and you can see what I'm predicting him to bring on the team. I'm not sure what he's gonna bring. He might mix it up a little bit, but that's gonna be my my general prediction there. So without further ado, let's go, baby. Let's pick our team and let's make things happen here. I don't really have a dedicated lead this matchup. Obviously, if we bring Talonflame, it'd be nice to get those rocks up with Omastar, but I predict his team pretty much on point. He does bring a little bit of a hazard stacking, so he does not bring his... What does he not bring? His Talonflame. He doesn't bring Talonflame. He brings Garbodor instead, which honestly I really don't mind too much. So I'm pretty cool with that. So let's just make a little adjustment here that he brought Garbodor instead, which is of course his mixtape. So no Talonflame, Garbodor instead. That's fine with me actually. It lessens my priority to get up rocks right away, but that's fine. So he's got Garbodor, Skarm, Snorlax, Gator, Garchomp, still a little bit of an ice weakness, Sceptile. So that's gonna be his team. His lead probably the Skarmory or the little spike thingy. What is my best answer to Garbodor though? I like Mega Metagross against Garbodor. I like that. I could just kind of like Zen Headbutt and scare him out. It also matches up decently against Skarm. I like Mega Metagross against pretty much everything except for the Chomp right off the bat. And I don't think he would lead with Chomp, considering he might expect my lead. Actually, I could just Volt Switch on it with Raikou, and then that can go into something like Metagross afterwards. So let's do that actually. Let's lead with Raikou. I think it's my safest lead. I'm kind of running out of time anyway. But I do like Raikou lead. I could HP Ice the Garchomp, and I have Air Balloon anyway. So if he leads with Garchomp, I'm free to HP Ice. And I can Volt Switch out on the Snorlax. I can do a lot of different things. So we'll see what he's going to do here. He might lead with that Garbodor trying to get up hazards. Garbodor does get a lot of different things. It does get Seed Bomb and things like that. So Omastar is a little bit less useful than I would have liked. But either way. So we'll see what he's going to lead with here. He's going to open up the match with his mixtape, which is of course his Garbodor. I'm actually pretty free here to just fire off a Thunderbolt too if I want to. Of course I can. I am floating on an Air Balloon, so I can Thunderbolt him and then HP Ice and probably knock him out. Let me just go look at Raikou here. He's got Garbodor, standard set, probably. Thunderbolt actually doesn't do too much. Yeah, I think Thunderbolt is probably my best play here. I could Volt Switch out and save myself from the damage. Trying to think here, what makes most sense to me? I don't want to take an EQ. I have the Air Balloon, so I don't take an EQ. I don't want to set up Toxic Spikes, but Toxic Spikes aren't the worst thing in the world for my team, so I'm not too concerned about that. I'm trying to think here. He can't... I think the Volt Switch is probably my best play. Volt Switch, then go into Mega Metagross, and then I could just freely Mega Evolve against this thing, and I'm pretty free to fire off like an Ice Punch or something. Let me just kind of go look at Mega Metagross here against Garbodor, and just kind of see, you know, how much I'd be doing. Looks like it wouldn't knock him out at that point. Garbodor's got like a very weird amount of bulk. So let's Volt Switch. I don't want to take any chance here. Let's just Volt Switch out. If he wants to switch, that's fine. Hopefully he didn't notice I had the the air balloon. But we'll see how much this does to start. It does about 40%, which is about where it should have. So I think he's probably physically defensive. I do like my Metagross switch in here, so let's do that. He'll be feared out, or he'll be scared out by the Zen Headbutt likely, at which point I could try to predict the Scarm switch in. So let's see what he's going to do. He's going to go for the Gunk Shot, so good play. I was able to switch. He's got the Black Sludge as well, so that's fine. Black Sludge, and we saw a Gunk Shot, so that's fine with me. I'm glad I did switch out. I'm free to Mega Evolve here, and I can actually Magnet Rise if I wanted to. Predicting the Earthquake, he could have Earthquake, but how much is an Earthquake gonna do to a Mega Metagross? I doubt. I mean, it's not gonna kill or anything, so I would just hate to take the hit. I'm pretty sure Garbodor does get Earthquake. Let me just double check. I didn't really research Garbodor, to be honest, because it's trash. That was like definitely one of the best lines I've ever said on my videos. Pretty sure it gets Earthquake, doesn't it? Does it not get Earthquake? Oh, it doesn't. It does not get Earthquake, it looks like. So that leaves me to just Mega Evolve here, and I could Thunder Punch or Ice Punch the incoming potential Scarm, which is probably my best play. Thunder Punch does more, so let's go for Thunder Punch here and see what he's going to do. Let's get that Mega Evolution off. Looks like he is staying in here, so I'm curious what he's going to do. I doubt he can do too much to me other than set up spikes if he wants to, but that just forced him to defog him away anyway. Unless I just missed something. So we'll see how much this Thunder Punch does. Looks like it's close to 2 KO. He's got the Pain Split on this thing, which is mildly obnoxious. It's just going to heal him up a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of health here. So I see Pain Split. Haven't seen the hazards yet, but I doubt he can touch me. I'm going to switch things up here and go for the Ice Punch, kind of reveal my set. I don't think he's going to go to Garchomp, but I'm going to go for Ice Punch here and see what he's going to do. We always have the chance of a nice little freeze or something like that. I don't want to get worn down, but at the same time, I also don't want to take a Gunk Shot on anything, and this thing's got a decent amount of bulk. Garbodor's actually got a decent amount of bulk, so I'm curious to see what he's going to do here. I don't have any ground type moves on my team, so you know, I'm kind of stuck doing what I'm doing here. I just don't want him to set up Toxic Spikes or anything like that, but it seems like he doesn't have them. I feel like he would have went for him. He could be fearing the Zen Headbutt here. I'm waiting for him to switch. I would love him to switch into Garchomp right now. That would be optimal. He's not going into Sceptile. He's not going into... He could go into Snorlax, which would be fine because I can Hammer Arm it next turn. So I'm not that worried about Snorlax. And I can get a huge chunk on Snorlax if he wants to switch here. I just don't know. I mean, Zen Headbutt destroys this thing. I definitely knock him out with Zen Headbutt at this point. But I don't have Zen Headbutt. He doesn't know that, but I do. He stays in, so I'm going to Ice Punch him again. We'll see what he's going to do. He might just set up a layer of hazards here. He's going for the payback, so he shows the payback here. I don't think that's going to kill, but it's going to do a lot. It does do a lot. It doesn't kill. But I see his set here with this thing. So he wears me down quite a bit. I don't want him to get that Pain Split up. So I think I'm going to go into Hail Helix here, which is my defensive Pokemon. It seems like he's not a hazard setting one. He's more of a like a defensive one. He's not going to Pain Split here. He's going to either Payback or he's not going to Gunk Shot either. So Payback is definitely his play. I'm going to switch out. I'm going to get my rocks up. I think that's my best play. I can break the Sturdy on the Scarm and kind of wear him down a little bit on his team. I can also scare him out with Scald. So there's the Payback again. That's totally fine with me. He doesn't have the Talonflame, so less of an issue. He's kind of forced here to switch because if he doesn't, he is in a lot of trouble. I'm trying to think here. I actually really like Garbodor this matchup. I think I might actually just click Scald here instead of going for the rocks, because if I get a 30% burn on this Garbodor, I'm pretty much crippling it. I know I can take Gunk Shots without a problem. I'm pretty bulky, so, and I would love to get rid of, cancel out that, yeah, he's fearing the Shell Smash, so he's gonna have to switch. He's gonna go into probably his Feraligator, which is indeed his Feraligator. If I get a burn here, that would be amazing. In fact, that would cripple this thing. Come on, burn, 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 burn. Yes, we got the burn, baby. And no Life Orb at all, so that is absolutely wonderful. Just completely crippled this Feraligator here. And I'm free to... I don't see an item on this thing, so he is burned. And I'm pretty free here to just HP Electric if I want to. I know I could take any hit from a burned Feraligator. That's why you run Scald, guys, because of the burn. So if anyone's gonna hate me on that, you gotta go for it. You gotta go for it. With him being burned, I eat up pretty much everything, and I can HP Electric and do a decent amount. I am running the HP Electric just for this scenario. I'm just debating on whether I want to get up my rocks right now or not, which would hurt the Garbodor coming in. It would hurt pretty much everything coming in, which is nice, but I like keeping the offensive pressure on him. I do kind of like the idea of forcing him to defog later, so let's go for rocks now. He's going to go for Swords Dance, so he is the SD variant, but with him being burned, it makes me a lot less scared than I otherwise would be. So he goes for Swords Dance. Now what I could do here is a number of different things. With him at +2, and he's adamant, I know I could take a crunch and I could take a waterfall at about 50%. I'm just debating on whether I think Vaporeon is a better play here to take on the Gator. If he's at 50%, because I could take a crunch pretty well. Either way. Yeah, but then I'm not really doing too much to him with Scald. I think I should stay in one more turn in HP Electric and just see what he's gonna do. That'll get him down low enough to where the burn and the rocks coming back in would knock him out. I just am debating on whether I want to take more damage on Helix right now, because Helix actually puts in a decent amount of work to his team. It can kind of stall out some of his Pokemon, and I kind of like it. But I do think Oxygen can handle the Gator a little bit better. Let's actually switch into Oxygen. Even if I do a slow Baton Pass, take 2 hits with it, and then go into something faster to knock this thing out, that would be a good play. So let's see what he's going to go for. He's going to go for the Waterfall, so the prediction was real. So I see the Waterfall, I saw the Swords Dance. I'm sure he's got, you know, a crunch. He might just switch here. I'm gonna go for the Baton Pass because I really don't see him doing anything else. And this is a good opportunity for me to go to Conkeldurr, I think. Go to Conkeldurr and then double back into Vape, maybe. Wish Baton Pass would be nice, actually. Let's go for Wish. See if he's got crunch or not. It'd be really nice to get back into Metagross. He's going to go for EQ, so he shows the EQ here instead, which is going to take Life Orb damage if he has it. He does have the Life Orb, so he shows Earthquake instead, which is actually amazing for me because that allows me to do a number of different things here. I could just stay in with Vaporeon all day on this thing, which is fine, which might be my best play, but I don't want to get that, I don't want to get that Sceptile back in here for free. So I saw Swords Dance, Waterfall, Earthquake. I can Scald and knock him out at this point, and then I'll just be back at full. If Sceptile comes in, though, what's my switch in for Sceptile now that Metagross is kind of hurt? Because Metagross can't come in here and take the hit at this point, and Sceptile's a little bit scary. I don't want to switch into Hydreigon and take an Ice Punch, and Conkeldurr can come in, but I don't have any priority on it. I do think my best play is actually just to fire off a Scald, to be perfectly honest. I don't think I'm taking a hit from a Sceptile at full. Let me just double check. I'm gonna doubt it, but I actually can take a Giga Drain. I can't take a Leaf Storm though, I'm sure. I cannot take a Leaf Storm at what I'm set up at. I cannot take a Leaf Storm. So that brings me to a slight dilemma of what I want to do, just for momentum purposes here, because obviously I don't want to lose the momentum I have right now. But I do think just getting rid of Feraligatr is probably my best bet, and not really risk anything. I do have a chance to Baton Pass into Raikou, which would be nice, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I think my best play here is to just go for a Scald and knock this thing out, catch my own Wish recovery, and then call it a day there. So let's do that. Let's go for Scald. Let's just knock this thing out. He's gonna go for EQ again. I can't. Good play on him. His part to run EQ instead of Crunch. You know, I think EQ is the better play, but with the burn damage and the Scald, this should knock him out. Yeah, it looks like it's going to. So Vaporeon's gonna get the kill here with the burn, and I'm gonna get all my health back pretty much. So Vaporeon kills Feraligatr with Scald burn. So I'm gonna count that as a kill for Vaporeon, and Gator goes down. So one of the biggest threats on his team is gone. Now he did get out of that exchange with a weakened. My Metagross is now pretty weakened. But here comes Sticker Bush, which I'm assuming is his Sceptile. This thing is pretty scary. He's going to take rocks damage, and what I could do here is, predicting the grass move, I could go into a number of different Pokemon. I can go to Hydreigon here, which isn't a bad play. I don't want to just randomly take a hit, though. Because if he goes for Dragon Pulse, I lose my Hydreigon, which isn't very good. So I can't just freely switch into Hydreigon. I really can't. I'm gonna lose something to this guy. I pretty much lose something if he goes for. Well, the thing is, if he doesn't go for a Giga Drain or a Leaf Storm, do I just let Vaporeon go down? What does Vaporeon do for me? Vaporeon's nice against the rest of his team, but I think I could let it go if I wanted to make a play, because I know I could take I could take anything that's not a Leaf Storm. I could take anything that's not a Leaf Storm. Even if he's modest. I can take an Energy Ball. I could take an Energy, I just can't take a Leaf Storm. And if he goes for Leaf Storm, that gives me a free switch in Hydreigon. But Leaf Storm is gonna kill me. I'm gonna take the chance. Let's do it, man. We're sitting at 12-1. Let's go for Ice Beam. See what he's gonna do here. See if he over predicts and goes for Dragon Pulse or Giga Drain or something. Let's make a play. Let's get a little risky here. Leaf Storm. He does have the Leaf Storm. He does connect. He's gonna knock us out. So poor play on my part. I'm gonna lose my Vaporeon. I took a chance, but Mega Sceptile kills Vaporeon with Leaf Storm. Okay, so poor play on my part there. It gives me a few different options here. I can pretty freely go into a lot of different things. One of which is my Hydreigon, which can Dragon Pulse away. His best switch in right now is his Scarm. And I could also U-turn out as well to try to get some momentum. So I like that idea. Let's go to Hydreigon. Let's go for the U-turn. I don't anticipate him staying in, you know, at this point. So I'm just going to probably U-turn. I could Dragon Pulse and knock this thing out, but I think the Scarm might come in. I could predict the Scarm and go for Fire Blast. Is Fire Blast a 2-hit KO at this point? Let me see here. Hydreigon versus Mega Sceptile. Fire Blast is a 2-hit KO. I know I could take pretty much anything from this thing, including a Dragon Pulse at -2. And Skarmory dies to Fire Blast. So let's go for Fire Blast, predicting the switch. See what he's going to do here. He is going to switch, hopefully into Skarmory. That Stealth Rock could pay dividends here. He's going to go into his Snorlax, actually. A bit unfortunate for me. He's probably going to show the thick fat here with Snorlax, which is scary, and he's going to see that I have Fire Blast on Hydreigon. So losing Vaporeon there was definitely a bummer. That does nothing. He's got leftovers on this thing. And we saw Sceptile with Leaf Storm. We saw lefties on Snorlax. So this thing's a little bit scary. I have a couple different options here. I like my Hail Helix here to come in. I also like Hercules to come in. So I'm going to go with Hercules here because I know I could take a Body Slam easily, and I know I also have the Guts ability. I'm pretty free to just Drain Punch as well, or knock off his leftovers if that's what I want to do. So we'll see what he's going to go for. He's going to go for the Yawn, which is fine with me. I'm not too concerned about that. If he puts me to sleep, it's not a big deal. But he does force my switch here. I don't know if I want to necessarily go to sleep. But I can knock off whatever he wants to bring in if that's my play. And the only thing I don't want to have happen is have the Sceptile come back in. But Sceptile doesn't want to take a Drain Punch. So I do think knockoff's a good play. Let's go for the knockoff. See what he's going to do here. He does not want to take a Drain Punch from me. And if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. I can burn some turns against the Snorlax later. So, or maybe even against the Sceptile, especially since he has Leaf Storm. He's going to switch out, hopefully not into the Sceptile. That would be the worst case scenario. He goes into Scarm, so I'm going to get rid of the Scarm's item, which is nice. And I do have Omastar to switch in here as well, so I have a couple different options. If he wants to get up his rocks, I don't really care about that. He's going to take a pretty nice bit of damage. He had the Rocky Helmet, but he's going to lose his item there. So I'm falling asleep. I'm sleeping. This is a good opportunity for me to actually go into my Raikou if I want to. Or my Metagross. Metagross is nice because Metagross comes in and threatens this thing out quite a bit. Helix is the safer play because I can Ice Beam, I can Scald, I can try to spread a burn around, and he really can't do too much to me. So let's do that. I just don't want to bring that Sceptile back out, but I think this is my play here. Go into Omastar here and take the Brave Bird if that's what he wants to go for, or whatever he's going to do. He is going to go for the Brave Bird, so we see the Brave Bird. That's fine. And that's really going to do nothing to me. Really nothing. He's going to take tiny bits of recoil. And I'm pretty free here to do a couple different things. I think my play is to Ice Beam, though. The Scald would be nice, but I do think an Ice Beam is the play. He's at about 50%, 60%. Ice Beam is going to do about 30%. It's not going to do too much, but it keeps him from switching into his Sceptile, which I'm a little bit worried about. So I'm going to go for the Ice Beam here. I don't think he's going to go into Sceptile, but if he does, it just keeps him from wanting to do that, or like being able to do that. And if he wants to Roost, I'll eventually get a burn on this thing. So he's going to go for the Roost here. So now that he knows I have that, he is unable to switch into Sceptile because he's going to take an Ice Beam if he goes to Sceptile. He can't go into Garchomp either. So his only plays here are Garbodor, Snorlax, and stay in. So now I go for Scald and try to get a burn. I also speed crept this thing, so I'm carrying just enough speed to get to outspeed the Scarm. We get the burn. on the Skarmory. He goes for the Toxic, he hits the Toxic, so we said Toxic. That's going to put a timer on us, which is fine. So we see the Toxic on this thing. I'm not too worried about that. I could take that all day. And actually, this allows me to Ice Beam now and knock out the Skarmory. And I do outspeed it, as you saw there, so pretty free to just Ice Beam. What this does do, though, is it brings out the Sceptile again. So, part of me wants to go in a Hydreigon, but I need to kind of keep everything going here. Raikou with that air balloon is huge. I do think I just Ice Beam here. If he goes to Sceptile, I can go into Hydreigon if I need to, and then I could just fire off Dragon Pulses once this thing's gone. So there's always that opportunity. He's gonna get worn down by rocks. So I do think Ice Beam's my play, because he's not gonna switch. I actually like Omastar too still. I do like Omastar a little bit. Maybe I should... No, I still need Conk for the... Maybe I'll fire off Gross, actually, once the Sceptile comes in. Because Conk can handle the rest, I think. So let's go for Ice Beam. He's going to stay in, and Hail Helix gets a kill, baby. Omastar kills Skarmory with Ice Beam. And Skarmory goes down. So that's one of his biggest defensive threats out of the way. His switch into Sceptile is pretty big here. I do actually like Omastar a little bit still. I do like Omastar a little bit, just because I can probably live a hit from Garchomp, I would guess. Unless he's like banded. Can I take an Earthquake? Or nah? Yeah, I can live an Earthquake. Oh, he actually brings in the Snorlax, which is very interesting. Well then, that's fine with me. I'm just gonna go for a Scald and try to get a burn. Get a little chip damage on this thing. I can scout out a little bit what this thing's set is gonna be. I thought he would have went into Sceptile for sure. Let's go for the Scald here. Maybe we'll get a burn. Good amount of damage there. We get a crit. No burn. He goes for the Crunch. So at least I see the Crunch. I saw the Yawn. If he doesn't have... if he's not carrying Rest on this thing, we are in really good shape. But I would guess he's going to be carrying the Rest. So this is a great opportunity for me to switch into Conk now. Keep Helix at a decent amount of health. Go into Conkeldurr. See what he wants to do. He might try to rest up here, and I can maybe wake up from that sleep turn, maybe burn a turn of sleep here with Conkeldurr, and try to kind of force some switches around. I really want to burn that sleep off because that Yawn is a bit annoying. So let's switch out. We'll see what he's going to do. I would guess he either crunches again, which I can easily eat up, or he might go for the rest or something. He's got the Body Slam, so that's fine with me. It's a stab move. It's going to do a decent amount, but I can live one more of those, no problem. So I saw the Body Slam. So now I don't think he does have the rest, which is fine. I could burn a turn of sleep here, and I can go for a Drain Punch. I can also go for an Ice Punch. I'm going to go for the Drain Punch here, just to maximize my recovery, just in case I do wake up. This Hercules is nice because it can take one hit at this point from Sceptile. Still, because of the Assault Vest. I gotta play smart here. I gotta play smart. I also have Metagross. Metagross is a pretty good switch in as well. He's probably gonna Body Slam this turn. I don't want to get paralyzed with Gross. And he's just getting more and more lefties. So a Wake Up would be nice here. He's gonna stay in. He's gonna go for the I outspeed him, which is nice to know. He's gonna go for the Body Slam again. I should be able to live this. And I do. So now I need a little bit of luck here. I just need a little bit of luck with Conk to just wake up. That's what I need. I need to wake up here, and that would be absolutely phenomenal. So let's Drain Punch. Hopefully we'll wake up. That'll allow us to get enough health back to live another Body Slam if he somehow lives it himself. If we don't wake up here, that's kind of unfortunate. That Yawn will have played a pretty decent factor here. But Omastar actually matches up decently well. I also have Hammer Arm, which will pretty much decimate this thing. And I have Raikou still, which can take on the Garchomp and use HP Ice, and I have Dragon Pulsing Hydreigon as well. So there's that. So I have a couple different options still. And Garbodor just pretty much dies. So I just need you to wake up, buddy. Come on, Herc. I'm curious to see whether he stays in. He stayed in that turn. So would he stay in again? Because he doesn't know what my move's going to be. I could Ice Punch. But last time he saw me, I knocked off. So that's all he knows I have. I don't... Well, he's going to switch. And he goes into the Garbodor. Which is kind of annoying for me. Hopefully I wake up here. We do wake up. We're going to get a Drain Punch off, which is nice. I don't think this is going to knock this thing out, though. It gives us a little bit of health back. Enough that I can take a Gunk Shot? Probably not. But what this does mean is he has no reason to pay back here. his play is to actually gunk shot, so I'm going into Metagross. There's no way he pays back, and I live the payback anyway, so I'm going to Metagross here. He has the gunk shot to knock me out, or I think I kill him anyway. So let's see what he's going to go for. I'm going to Mega Metagross here to catch the gunk shot. He does go for gunk shot, so the prediction was right. And I do believe an Ice Punch or a Thunder Punch will knock him out from here. My play is to Thunder Punch. No, my play is to Ice Punch. There's really no reason to Thunder Punch. So let's Ice Punch here, and it should knock him out. Hopefully. Pretty please. It does not. He's going to go for the payback, and Garbodor is actually going to pick up the kill here. Oh, he does not pick up the kill. Just kidding, ladies and gentlemen. Just kidding. Oh my god, zDrive, you are too powerful, my friend. You are far too powerful. Living that hit, my goodness. Dude, how did you live that? Alright, I'm going for Thunder Punch here. He has no reason to switch. If he switches, it would be a Snorlax anyway. Wow. He's not going to switch into Garchomp or Sceptile. I just Ice Punched. So... oh my goodness, I cannot believe I just lived that hit. I'd imagine his delay here is in shock that Metagross ate that. Now I do just want to make a note here. I have 62 defense EVs on my Metagross right now. I'm running 62 defense EVs. I sacrificed a little bit of speed on this thing to put him into defense, physical defense instead of HP, to make sure I could take hits a little bit better from Brave Bird, Talonflame. And as you can see right there, it actually ended up paying off pretty nicely because I was able to live the payback there, despite the fact that I definitely thought I was dead. He's debating here. His only switch-in would be Snorlax because otherwise he would lose. I mean, this thing dies pretty much on Rock Sentry. So his only switch in here is Snorlax. So that's why I went for Thunder Punch, because if he goes into Snorlax, I hit him with a Thunder Punch, and then I hit him with a Hammer Arm, I think Snorlax goes down. He's going to stay in here, so I'm going to knock out the Garbodor. So, Metagross, and he's got Aftermath. So Metagross kills Garbodor with Thunder Punch, and Garbodor kills Metagross with Aftermath. So that was kind of annoying. He's gonna get rid of Metagross there. So here's an interesting play. He could go into his Snorlax, he could go into his Sceptile, and he could go into his Garchomp. Those are his 3 Pokemon. I think my play here is, well, how do I beat Snorlax, actually? How do I beat Snorlax? That's a bit of a problem. If he goes into Garchomp, he could be Scarf Chomp, so that's a bit of an issue. This is a very big turn here. I wish I didn't lose my Pokemon there. Helix is nice because I could take 1 hit from Garchomp. I cannot take a hit from the Sceptile though. This is a big matchup here because I can see beating the Garchomp and I can see beating the Sceptile. I just don't know how I beat the Snorlax without burning it first with Helix. That's the only issue I'm seeing right now, is I have to burn it first with Helix. So I think I need to go Conkeldurr. I think I need to go Conkeldurr. Or I go, yeah, because I need these 2 guys really badly. Because if he goes Garchomp, then I'm in a bit of a problem. If he goes Garchomp, I'm in a bit of a problem. I have a bit of a problem. Because he might be Scarf Chomp. If he's Scarf Chomp, I have an issue. I need Sabertooth for that. I'm gonna go Hercules. I don't know if he's going to Snorlax or not. He went out to Fang, so that's going to be his Garchomp. So I wish I did go into Raikou there, but it's all good. That was my play. I kind of had to. I don't think I could live a hit from this thing, so I do think I need to Ice Punch here, and kind of see what he's going to do. Actually, if he's Scarf Outrage, I might just lose the match right now. Actually, I'll Ice Punch, but if he's Scarf Outrage, I lost. He's got Outrage. I might have just lost this match because of that without Metagross. So Garchomp kills Conkeldurr with Outrage. I don't know if Omastar lives in Outrage. I don't think so. Outrage is scary. No, I should live in Outrage with Omastar, and he's forced in. So I'm gonna go into Omastar here. I've got a good amount of bulk, and I should be able to live in Outrage at this range. So let's go for an Ice Beam. And he's stuck in with Outrage. I should be able to live this. Come on, buddy. Come on, Omastar. Eating that up. Let's go. And he's confused. He's going to die to Ice Beam. There's no chance. Unless he's Yachi. Unless he's Yachi. It would have activated. Let's go, Omastar. Omastar kills Garchomp with Ice Beam. Now I'm a little bit low on health here. A little bit low on health. How do I beat the Snorlax? I need to burn it. I need to Scald Burn it with Helix. Oh, he's gonna go into this thing first. Why? You're risking the Scald Burn? You're gonna risk the Scald Burn? Because I outspeed you with Hydreigon, dude. Alright, I'm just gonna Scald. If I burn him, it's over. I don't think he's gonna have rest. He showed his moveset already. Come on, get the burn. Body Slam. I don't think I live Body Slam and Toxic Damage. Ooh, it's close. Do I live Body Slam and Toxic Damage? Come on. Come on, Hail Helix, let's go. Live this hit. Live this hit. Come on, buddy. Come on, I need you to live this. I need to get as much damage off as I can. 5 HP. Let's go, Helix. All right, buddy, hit this Scald. Hit this Scald. Come on. I don't think there's any reason for him to switch into Sceptile here either, because Hydreigon comes in. If I get the burn, it's over. I might, if he doesn't have rest, I think. That did a lot. That was good. Crit and burn. Let's go, baby. And there's the curse. That's game. The crit burn. I feel so bad about that. The crit burn there, but I needed that. I needed that. Omastar, you put in the work, man. It's not over yet, but everything should be good because Hydreigon does outspeed Sceptile. So, and after, he's gonna have to Leaf Storm. So I'm gonna go down here, which is fine by me. This actually brings in Hydreigon. Hydreigon can come in and Dragon Pulse twice, and I believe that is the game. He's not gonna die to the burn, but I believe Hydreigon comes in and Dragon Pulses twice because I should have just enough speed to outspeed Mega Sceptile. I have 1 point higher. I'm gonna double check it right now just to make sure. I mean, it's not really gonna matter, but I should be hitting, let me just double check my Hydreigon here. Summary. I should be hitting 145 speed, which is what I'm hitting, and Mega Sceptile with Timid Nature hits 216, so 145 times 1.5 with the Choice Scarf is gonna make it so I hit 217.5, and it should round up. So we should be in good shape here. So I'm pretty good to fire off a Dragon Pulse here, if I could ever pick the move. So let's go for Dragon Pulse, and I think that's game. I could have also Tailwinded, and that would have worked as well, but Hydreigon kills Snorlax with Dragon Pulse. And I think we're in good shape, man. I think we're in good shape. Omastar died to Toxic. And here comes Sceptile, and it's going to take Rocks damage, and I believe, as long as I'm not mistaken here, Hydreigon does take this thing out with a Dragon Pulse, which is why I didn't run Draco Meteor. So we should outspeed by 1 point. We do indeed. Dragon Pulse is going to come in unless he's got a ton of special defense. This should knock him out, and it does. Hydreigon picks up the W for us, and we're going to move to 13-1, kills Sceptile with Dragon Pulse. Excellent game, guys. Be sure to check out PK's channel. We're going to pick up a nice 2OW, and that was close, man. That was close. I was definitely a little bit nervous there, especially after losing Metagross to that Aftermath, but he played really well, so props to PK. But, you know, my plan of Omastar and Hydreigon coming through worked out really well. We did get a little bit of luck with some of those burns and stuff, but that's just how, that's why you Scald, right? You want it to burn. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this match. Don't forget to show your support on that like button. As the St. Louis Rampardos head smash our way to a nice 13-1 start. We got King Nappy next week, and he's vying for a playoff position, and we are gonna do our best to knock him right out of that playoff spot. That's our job, right? Our job is to win every match, so that's what we're gonna do. I mean, I love Nappy, don't get me wrong, but we're in it to win, so good job, PK. Thank you again, man. I hope you guys did enjoy this match. My name is Dan. I'm the coach of your St. Louis Rampardos, and I will catch you guys next week. Peace.